Jumps down behind
You're
Junior.
All clear, all clear.
Won't hear that very often. All clear.
Junior went to the front.
We got trouble. David Reagan in the 6, Joey Logano in the 20.
And Robbie Gordon. Scott Speed, the 82, and Greg Biffle are in it.
Caution out. Well, that's
with Scott Speed and the 16 of Greg Biffle. Watch
Speed.
Logano in the 20 on the right underneath Jeff Gordon.
That actually starts, I think, a little further up here.
It does.
Robbie Gordon in the 7 gets into the back of David Reagan in the 6, and it's the accordion effect from there. And Joey Logano in the 20 just gets clipped as Scott Speed, the 82, comes off the banking.
Second wreck at Scott
Look at Jeff Gordon in that 24.
Scott was in a wreck last night here, very similar.
Watch the 24 of Gordon up high as this unfolds, snaking his way through it.
Boy, look at that.
Unbelievable.
Jeff did an incredible job. I mean, that was, but to dodge those cars and weave his way through there like that at speed. Digger says, man, y'all woke me up
in my hole.
Y'all woke me up early.
Looking back from Jimmy Johnson as David Reagan tries to whoa up and gets tagged. Now let's ride with Joey Logano, the rookie.
Oh. Almost made it by.
First caution flag of the night in the Budweiser shootout on Fox.
29 jumped to the high side of him.
And let me tell you, when this car turns and goes up the hill like that right there at 180 some probably miles an hour, thank goodness for those safer barriers. Those front tires dig. That's when you go push, 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 push.
When you can see the right door numbers from that view, we got trouble on the back straightaway.
David Ruderman and David Stremme on the left going for a spin.
That will bring the caution out as we're coming to lap 23.
This is Stremme on the bottom and Hamlin in the middle.
Oh, he got clipped.
And then poor David Stremme in the 12 was just a victim.
11 car got into the 00. Hamlin got into Ruderman and shot him down the hill into the 12 car.
I tell you what, David Stremme got that car turned just in time because he was headed to that inside wall in a hurry.
This is one of those times when you say, where did that come from?
Boy, Stremme took a hard hit.
No, both of those cars did. You can.
South Bend, Indiana's David Stremme has made it back to pit road, as has Ruderman. Caution for the second time tonight in the Budweiser shootout of 2009. Both cars able to continue.
Car got faster when it got to the grass, I think.
Uh-oh, Jeff Gordon's in trouble now. Yikes, he made contact with the 16.
He got Biffle in the 16. Nowhere for Jeff Burton in the 31 to go.
And Casey Mears tags Biffle.
Boy, I mean, I knew Gordon was getting mighty close to Biffle there, and they made a little contact and turned him around.
Ruined the front splitter on Biffle's number 16.
I don't think it was that bad.
And Jeff Burton got a piece of it. A place to hide, and there just isn't one.
Michael gets in under him, and it pushes him up just a teeny bit, and he makes just enough contact to turn the 16 around.
It doesn't take much at 190 miles per hour.
I don't know how much damage the 48 got. It looks minimum, but he got into the side of Greg Biffle.
Looks like Casey Mears in the 07 got some there at the tail end.
I think the worst of them, though, was the 31 car of Jeff Burton.
Let's have a look from the DirecTV blimp.
You can see that car just get that wiggle.
Boy, there's
Kevin Harvick in that 29.
Some more really good driving to get through some of these accidents without them being worse than they are. Now you see Jeff Gordon, he's getting forced up here. Watch Michael, he's on the 55 car at the bottom. He just gets Jeff where he's got to move up just a little bit, and Biffle's there. And look at all those guys wad up on the outside but make it through.
Let's run this in real time. You see how little reaction time you have. Let's ride with Jimmy Johnson.
I don't think Jimmy got much damage in that. It was pretty soft.
Didn't look like the Sunday week.
Michael Waltrip.
I think it's
off the pace.
Tired? Yeah, I hit the wall.
I could hear something flapping around. I guess it's a tire.
And once again, Kevin Harvick's damaged car has happened to Michael.
See him in the near the front right there. Oh, he gets clipped.
He just got clipped and hooked.
Oh, he did. It looked like maybe Elliott Sadler got into him. Man, that sent everybody.
I tell you what, that's a lot of damage, but when you have that happen in the middle of back straightaway.
Stewart in 2001 and 2.
I just think the problem that Kyle's going to have as we go down to the end of this race is the maneuverability of the car. I think. Oh,
we got trouble. Elliott Sadler.
Looks like he just got around all by himself.
It looks like he took the nose off of Rudiman's car going by.
Nice save, man. Real nice save. Real nice save. We'll bring it to you, Kevin. Bringing it to you.
About 15 or 20 laps to go. Just got tapped from the back from David Stremme in that 12 car. Did you see how that car lifted up and the roof flaps deployed and the car just set right back down?
You know what happened, Larry? I think that the 19 got just a little wee bit loose. Maybe had to get up out of the throttle, and that's how come Stremme got into him.
Right. Watch the gap between Sadler and the car in front of him. We won't see it from this angle open up. This is the Verizon onboard camera for Stremme. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, see, Stremme had to start playing with the throttle, and I don't know what happened to Elliott's car, but it just got a little bit loose. Looked like he had to lift up a tad, and when he did, Stremme got into the back of him.
Let's have a look at it from the DirecTV blimp. Toward the back of the pack. Yeah, big gap opens, Sadler loose.
Yeah, he just gets a little bit loose for some reason. I don't know if it's because Stremme was up close to him, but that's what got him spun out.
But Stremme got it.
There comes those Fords on the bottom. McMurray in the 26 and Edwards in the 99 fighting their way back.
You just get so frustrated because you're up there, you make the wrong move.
Trouble.
Oh, big
Menard and Jr. And Biffle.
Right there. He's digging there. You got one slide in your grass. He's digging.
88's torn up big time.
And Bobby Labonte against the wall.
Bobby Labonte's car crashed to 16 for the second time.
You know, Darrell, these last 3 laps, things were getting racier. The moves were getting a little bolder. The car's sliding a little more. And contact.
Yeah, well, Mike, you just feel the intensity. You know, as it gets down here with just a few laps to go, you stop giving and start taking, and this is what happens.
Dale Jr. is going to have to take that car to the garage. Biffle also involved, and the 98 of Menard, the pole sitter.
See what happens back here to start this melee.
Well, you see them 3 wide, 3 deep.
On the 98's getting a little loose already. He's fishtailing.
Right in front of his teammate, Bobby Labonte.
He gets Bobby Labonte, and that turns him.
But Biffle also goes around.
Now, I'm not sure.
Of them.
I'm not. You don't reckon that Biffle slowed down because of the hollered there's a caution, do you? Because he looked funny that he would have gotten in. He was ahead of it.
There wouldn't have been a caution yet. Watch Biffle up on the high side, number 16 behind Kenseth. He got hit, I believe.
Oh, yeah, he
One
did.
of the black cars.
Yeah, he came. Somebody got
into
a little
Biffle.
Bit. Not much, but a little bit.
I'm not sure how many wrecks Kevin Harvick has dodged, but it's a bunch tonight in that 29 car.
And Junior's car got all torn up there.
Yeah, he got clipped in the right rear and turned into the fence.
Oh, there.
Yeah. Wide and handsome.
He got a
with
bump.
the 18 right with him.
Got a bump from Kyle Busch. Put him right up behind McMurray again.
Boy, this is a real high-speed chess match right here. Which way do we go? Which way do we go?
Go in the wall
again.
Biffle, one more time.
With 2 to go. Caution is out, and we will go to overdrive.
Dadgum. That 12 car and the 16 car, I think that, what is that, the third wreck they've been in tonight?
That's
It is the
third
7th
caution that Greg Biffle has been involved in.
Yep, 7th caution tonight. Back.
The 12 just gets this pushing up the hill, and he gets into Biffle. So I'm telling you, sometimes you got the wheels turning, the thing just will not stop. It just keeps going up the hill.
Watch from our Verizon wireless onboard on Stremmy's Penske machine.
Clear low, outside.
Did you hear him? I mean, he lets off, but it doesn't do any good at all. It just keeps on washing up the track.
But Darrell, my question is, did the wreck at the back of the pack, hold your breath, green flag?
McMurray didn't get that great of a restart.
But he keeps getting that push from Jimmy Johnson in that 48 car. And there's Harvick jumps down to the low side as well.
But the 48 lost its momentum. McMurray gets away just a little bit.
The most important person on Jamie McMurray's team right now, besides McMurray, is that spotter on top of the grandstand.
I tell you what, that Ford, that 26, though, it hustles when it gets on that straightaway. Boy, Jeff Gordon just gave him a big shot.
Stay with it.
He can't open the bottom, Jamie. You can't open the bottom. He's going to get back down there now.
Jeff Gordon really gave the 11 a big shot. And when
Harvick gets the 11. We're okay.
Hang on,
flag.
Boys. Hang on, boys.
White flag. Kyle Busch was pushed down, gets back up above the yellow line. McMurray 1 lap away.
I know that lead looks good, but as long as they don't get a run on him.
And here they come.
If they can stay 2 or 3 wide behind him, he can work both sides of the street.
Look at him, 4 wide going through turn 2.
Go high, go low, go high, go low. Just look for somebody that's coming. And
about 3.
I tell you, he's got a perfect scenario right here. They can't get lined up to get to him.
Watch your mirror, 29 coming to
McMurray,
you.
Harvick has help on the outside.
Here comes the 29. Just like, no.
Johnson into the wall with Mears and Hamlin.
That's it.
It's
Caution is out. So Harvick has won this race.
I'll tell you, that is just like he did 2 years ago here.
The field is frozen at the moment of caution.
And Kevin Harvick, who has never finished better than 3rd in this race, in his 5th appearance, will win between those 2 cars. Got a little push there from Hamlin. And it all folds up behind him.
We knew Jamie McMurray was pretty much a setting duck. He tried to block right there, Jamie did, but he could only go so far.
That run right there is a mirror of what happened 2 years ago in the Daytona 500.
Exactly. And they were wrecking behind him then.
And Jeff Gordon, watch the 24, misses another one. Wow.
Man, oh man, that was close. Again. Jeff's right. He needs an in-car camera tonight.
Wish he had one.
Who, the 07?
Yeah.
Did Gordon get into the 07 and get him sideways and get him into the 48?
To me, it looked like the first contact was between Mears and Johnson, the 07 and the 48. But we'll have some time to sort it out here as Kevin Harvick will drive his Richard Childress Racing Chevrolet to victory lane.
At 11, but in the end, Kevin Harvick for Jeff Hammond, for Dirk Bentley, for Bentley Elliott. I'm Chris Myers. Thanks for tuning in.
About 24 positions changed on that lap right there. Oh, by the way, at almost 190 miles per hour.
And the 2 most important positions are Brad Keselowski.
Oh, trouble off turn 2 here, or 4, I'm sorry.
Kurt Busch.
Car number 2, turn 4.
And the caution will wave.
Hold your brake. Caution's out. All right, guys, get ready here.
Kurt Busch, the runner-up in last year's 500, goes for a slide.
Just snapped around on me.
It's down in turn 4. We've seen this all week long. You can see right there, Robbie Gordon in the 7 car tucked right up behind him. Don't know if Robbie got into him or not. Kurt said the car just came around with him.
But he probably thought that if the 7 car bumped into him.
But what I saw there was Kurt Busch getting very close to Paul Menard. Busch may have breathed his car, got a little off the throttle, and gotten hit by Gordon as a consequence. Riding with Casey Kane, who stays out of harm's way. A single car spin. First caution of the day in Daytona. Loose right there, and then gets contact from Gordon, sends him the rest of the way.
I really believe that's what happened, Mike. I believe the two started to get a little loose, and then it got a little bump from behind.
Thing about it, if your car's a little loose, you're going through the bumps, and you're running 190 miles per hour, it doesn't take much of a hit to spin you.
Watch he and Mike Skinner.
Mike Skinner in at 23.
Mike comes behind you.
Oh yeah, that's pretty heavy contact right there.
Especially for that 9 car on that right front fender.
Yeah, and especially where it was. I mean, they're just getting down into turn 1, and I think he just got the car a little too close, and it sucked him into him.
Has had problems under caution. Did he get hit? Watch, the field's under yellow, all caught up behind the pace car, and Elliott's car takes a sharp right turn, bit of smoke there, and pounds the wall.
Somebody must have run into the back of him, because I mean the car just took an abrupt left-hand turn.
Look at everybody scrambling that was
or
behind
right-hand
him.
turn. I'm sorry.
Well, this is a very opportune time, and there you see it. Every one of our competitors on pit road.
That the old Daytona slingshot is back, and that the leader could be a sitting duck on the last lap.
Daryl, do you believe smoke? Tony Stewart back there.
Truex trouble off 2.
There's the pulse here. If he wrecks that car, he's got to go to the back.
Which front, guys?
Hang on.
That car had been falling off the pace. I believe the car had gotten tightened up on him. He just couldn't get off the corner like he had. Now, you better watch out. You tear those tires up and rip the fenders off of that thing.
The right front's down, Daryl, I believe. But
Flat tires.
Got David Reagan in the 6 car tucked right up under. But I believe this car just, it's just, see, it takes a little. You saw him have to run up the hill. Had to get out of the throttle, and the 6 car got into him, David Reagan.
Look how close that 6 car came to him.
From the DirecTV blimp.
There you can see the car wobble. He gets down in the bumps, down low, and turns off of turn 2 here. You'll see the 1 car start to wobble. See that? It lost the tail. The 6 looks under him, gets into him.
Daryl, did that have a look of a tire going down?
It wiggled like it may have, but he's been falling off the pace the last several laps. I think could very well be a tire problem. See, it really walks up the track right there, like it could have a low right front. That's no fault of the 6 car, David Reagan. The 1 car when Truex had to get out of the gas.
All right, Larry, 11 laps to go.
Well,
what will you do?
It's a combination.
You don't run over them.
8 laps to go.
Keselowski just a sitting duck on the outside in that 09.
He's more worried about Tony
Here we go,
Stewart.
guys. Big wreck. Got a car off the track. Got 1 in the wall.
Casey Mears in the 07 spins.
Joey Logano is trying to get through. Michael's there in the 55. Waltrip.
Get rolling there. Come on.
And
okay.
another one gets the wall in the backstretch. That might have been Keselowski. Oh, there goes David Reagan off the track.
It's fine, but with anything, just got a flat tire.
We're going to let the direct.
See a gaggle going into turn 1 down here. They just try to get 3-4 wide, looks like.
Oh,
Looks like it all started. The 77 to 17 got together. John Andretti up there in the 34 car. He was a victim.
Logano got into the back of the 07 there of Casey Mears. Turned him around.
Chain reaction from there.
And I think somebody else got into the outside wall on the back straightaway after this part of it was over.
I think the 27 starts up the hill right there. Kind of takes up a lot of racetrack. Chokes everybody down here, and it's just one of those big chain reaction wrecks you see at Daytona, Talladega.
Casey Mears has come to the pit. Here's another look.
Boy, Sam Hornish, see him down on the apron. He gets through barely.
Let's ride with Casey Kane.
Two wide, right alongside. Check up, check up, check up, check up. Here you're at, here you're at.
Boy, what a nice job for a driver who had no place to go.
You know, guys, I think let's take a look from Joey Logano, the 20 car.
Need to go low. They're going to wreck. Go low, go low, go low, go low.
So I'm getting in the back of Casey Mears, and the 07 just barely touched him, and he'll go to the apron and slide by.
Good job. I saw that coming. There's one still wrecking here.
What I was going to say, guys, we're coming back around to 6 laps to go. I think that caution was Brad Keselowski's best friend, because now these cars will be back single file.
Took out several cars. You can see the 77 car going around. A lot of guys involved in this one here also.
Yeah. Number 36 car, because that would be the battle for the transfer spot with 4.5 laps to go. There comes Riggs up the back straightaway. As we got a battle for the lead, the two teammates from Hendrick up the back straightaway.
Well, we got
the
this
grass.
16 car off the track.
Greg Biffle.
Greg Biffle.
And back on.
He picked up right where he left off last Saturday night.
David Reagan got crashed on that last caution.
To make the run. I'm sure Tony's in there giving him hand signals. Stick with me, kid, and I'll show you how to win this race.
Just remember, Tony Stewart drove that 20 car for 10 years for Joe Gibbs Racing, and now he's looking at it in his rearview mirror.
Nemechek right behind Riggs as they cross the line.
Here we
for the
go.
transfer spot.
Here we go. They got a little run. I tell you, they got back just enough. I believe they can do it. If Logano can get up there, but he's back just far enough that keeps Tony from getting that good run.
No help.
No help. No help.
Gordon will have to protect the bottom. Logano gets kicked to the outside.
09 coming to you.
Almirola coming for third. Jeff Gordon trying to hang on for the lead and the win.
Jeff Gordon's got this under control.
Good
He'll win this
right
thing. Tony Stewart's going to run second again.
And who's going to make the show? Gordon wins it, and Riggs is in for Tommy Baldwin's startup team that came down here unsponsored, Scott Riggs.
With him still sitting on pit road.
All the way out, all the way out, all the way out.
And the leaders going into turn 3, he's probably going to go a lap down. And there you see, it looks like Morris said.
I don't think he will. I think we're going to have a caution based on what I see right there.
Boris said has hit the wall again, and there is damage on Scott Speed's car. What happened here?
Got a feeling Boris and 82 may have serious contact.
Pretty hard lick on both those race cars. Right now, we stay green, and there's the caution being waved, which is a great break for Ryan Newman.
I think Boris had hit the wall there. We saw him hit the wall.
Bring it to it.
And I think what happened was he may have cut a tire down and went up into the 82 car, Scott Speed, as he was going by.
So now Boris says only
to his pit again, and so added insult to injury on that one.
He was locking up the front, said he didn't feel like he had enough rear brake in the car.
Now it looks like Mark Martin and Brian Vickers. Oh, Ryan Newman hard to the outside wall.
Tell me when you're done here.
That will bring the caution out.
Look at that, I'm still going for a ride. Okay, you're all good. We're going to need another car, Tony.
Now, I was
That's the
just about to mention that's a big break for Mark Martin and Brian Vickers, because they were out in front of the leaders, so they'll be back on the lead lap.
I bet that's the first time.
Newman, that's the 57. Norm Benning.
Oh, it looks like the 00.
David Rudeman just gets into the back of him.
Ryan dropped down to the inside to get around 57 of Norm Benning, and looked like David Rudeman and 00 got into him.
And you know, it was in the middle of the back straightaway where he got into the back of him.
Rudeman had a run, and it looked like he was trying to bump draft Newman and give him a push down the straightaway.
But the problem is Ryan had just cleared the 57. He was sort of in that swinging motion where he hadn't gotten himself straightened back up.
You're clear, all clear,
exactly.
All clear. Keep coming, green is still out. Green is still out.
Wow,
that's a hard lick.
Boy, it really is. It's so unexpected. And of course, Norm Benning, normally slow cars are told to move to the inside. I guess they came up on him so fast got him trapped out there and he didn't.
On him, white flag, 1 to go.
Yeah, I tell you what Hamlin better do. He better stay right behind that 18 car or he will get passed. And I really think Hamlin thinks that Mark Martin might be willing to go with him. I don't know that I'd do that to my teammate, but he might.
Harvick has faded all the way to the back and out of the picture.
Look how Mark falls off just a little bit, about 4 car lengths. Here he comes. Got to run down on the inside, looking under Hamlin. If he gets by Hamlin, look out, Kurt. Look out, Kyle Busch.
And there goes Vickers. They touch down the back straightaway. Vickers is going to give Mark Martin a push down the back straightaway.
Look out, 18. Here they come, just like we've seen it time and time again.
Martin looking high. Busch comes up to block. It's Vickers.
Got to block him.
Vickers on the bottom.
Who's going to win the drag race? Back to the start-finish line. I don't think they can beat him. Here comes Kyle Busch in the 18.
What a deal. All right, Kyle Busch and Mark Martin.
But Jeremy Mayfield, unofficially A.J. Allmendinger, will qualify for the 51st running of the Daytona 500.
And another really good effort on the chart of the.
How about Jeff Hensley on top of the pit box calling the shots too?
A lot of good things for him right now. And he's got that hat. Did y'all see that earlier?
He's got a hat. He's a referee in spare time.
Whoa! Problems right there. Ricky Carmichael got bumped. It slid him up the racetrack. He hits Brian Scott.
Just lock it down. Lock it down. Lock it down.
You heard Andy Houston saying, lock it down.
Whew. When he said lock it down, that means lock the brakes up. Don't let that thing keep rolling any farther than it needed to.
And I think he was afraid when Ricky got over in that.
Tell him to be very careful. Watch this now. That's Mike Bliss.
Wow.
And just as soon as he got to that rear bumper, it lifted the back end off the ground and turned him up into Brian Scott, it looked like.
And again, spectacular pictures by our cameraman. That was a great shot to be able to see
now,
that.
How do you get spun sideways right in the middle of the back straightaway in front of a pack and nobody hit you?
And a nice job by Brian.
Oh, Brian Scott got into the wall.
He did get into the wall a little bit harder. It looked like on replay than I thought originally.
Yeah, that right rear hit the wall pretty hard. We saw some black marks on the wall after he went by.
You notice the roof flap not going up on that truck, even though it's backwards. The cowl flaps, you can see them coming up, but the roof flap did not come up. NASCAR will look at that.
Yeah, that'll.
Oh, this is a great shot here from turn 3, looking back, and watch this now. Watch that truck on the inside. He's going to get some help. Turned right into Brian Scott, and Brian had absolutely nowhere to go.
That might be a backup truck for Brian Scott, Phil.
It may be.
He
sure
hit
may be.
There's no safer barrier there, so that contact was right into the concrete.
Take another look. Again, the 40 is going to come right up behind and underneath that 4.
Yeah, look how low that bumper is. It just didn't quite match up. If that 40 truck would have been about 2 inches higher in the front end, then the bumper would have matched up better. But, you know, that's what Wayne Auten, our series director, will caution these drivers to Friday night in the drivers meeting. Be careful of the bump drafting. That bumpers really don't line up, and that's a perfect illustration.
Brian Scott's minding his own business and gets pushed right into the outside wall. This is a good way for folks to see they need to really be careful with this bump drafting. You can cause a big mess.
The other major story in this practice session was Kyle Busch apparently breaking a fitting off the valve cover in his 51.
A cloud of smoke down in turn 1. You see the left front is down, and there's damage to the splitter on Jamie McMurray's Crown Royal Ford Fusion, and Michael Waltrip has dug himself a hole with the Napa Auto Parts 55. Let's have a look.
It's coming through the trial oval here. Michael on the outside in the 55ers, Jamie down low. Ooh, Michael got turned by the 12 car of Stremme, and that shot him into the 26 car of McMurray. You see the 12 car back here, right in there. He's going to run into the back of Michael.
But I believe the reason he ran in the back of Michael, the 9 got loose.
Yeah, now I see the 9 got loose.
Just exactly what we were talking about a while ago.
Yep, exactly. Michael led up a little bit and got hit. But look at all that paved area. The cars are still on, you know, they're not trying to get airborne like we've seen so many times down here. They slide to a stop. Both cars crank up.
This is from Casey Kane's car.
Inside 2 wide. Crashing behind it. Keep coming. Keep coming.
Just one of those chain reactions that started with Casey Kane in the 9. Let's see here. Gets loose.
Yep. Just enough.
Loses momentum, and
just enough that Michael had to squeeze up, and he got hit from behind by the 12 car.
And then McMurray was on the bottom in the 26. He was just a victim.
Michael went down into him.
We're in it, guys. We're in it.
let's really slow this down and watch the 9 first of Casey Kane and Michael trying to stay off him.
You know, did you think Michael touched him and got him loose?
Possible, Darrell.
But I think it's because the 9 was getting loose already. It looked like he was tail happy there a little bit before that.
And this is one of these difficult questions we wrestle with. Did the 55 bump into the 9, or did the 9 get loose and lose his momentum and back into the 55? We don't know.
No, but I'll tell you what, that is you're loose as a goose coming through this trial, because you're running 190 mile an hour with not near the banking you have in the corners.
And Stremme, who we initially fingered, was a victim of circumstance.
Exactly.
Everything just back.
Car incident up in turn 3. That is Jason Leffler's damaged 38 car.
Yeah, he's got the car tore pretty bad. Didn't hurt anything in the front of the car, but the back of the car. Now, this is a real crazy looking spin. Nobody behind him. He just gets sideways. We can't hardly tell if he had a right rear tire going down maybe to cause this. Doesn't appear, though.
It looked like it was up, didn't it, when the car turned sideways?
It was kind of odd. Looked like it, got a little bit free getting in, and cars will do that sometimes here. But, I used to work with Kenny Schrader a lot, and Kenny would say, man, I broke something. Traction.
Looked like that's what happened there. But, here at Daytona, Brad, I mean, you see a guy spin with nobody behind him. I mean, that car had to be really loose to start out with.
It did, Rusty. And, yesterday in practice, we saw a little bit of right side tire wear in these race cars. Not a ton, not a lot, but they were giving up just a little bit on the right side, and so there was a little bit of a traction issue or grip.
Bad day at the office for Ryan Newman. A right rear tire. Tony Stewart radioed in. Newman's tire just exploded, and you see it has really torn up not only Newman's car but that of his car owner, Tony Stewart. Let's show you what happened.
Oh boy.
Nose to tail.
Right in the middle of turn 2.
Just about time he starts off the corner. There she goes. Oh my goodness, that could have been so much worse.
Boy, it could have been real bad. There were a lot of cars coming at that 14 Tony Stewart.
I think Stewart might get away. He might be able to fix his car. It didn't look like he hit anything that hard.
Now watch as Newman's car goes sideways. Look at the fenders, already exploded.
Yeah. Wow. Now Larry, didn't he had a right rear problem in the qualifier, didn't he?
Well, this is what I was just looking at. The 39 car had run 10 laps. You see him right there again in the middle of turn 2 with his teammate Tony Stewart and the 14 behind him. The tire just comes apart, nowhere for Stewart to go. Yes, Ryan Newman, who qualified 3rd a week ago, on lap 16, I think it was actually lap 13 in the dual races, had a right rear tire come apart. And this is a backup car for the 39 car, so there's no question they're going to have to go to a 3rd car.
Explodes on Newman's 39 right there. And he takes a wild ride. Steve Burns.
Mike with Ryan.
Welcome back. Safety crews attending to some of the drivers that were involved in our first incident here of the 2009 season from Daytona International Speedway. And amazingly enough, there was a spin in turn 3, and we knew that was going to bring the caution out. And while we were watching that, the melee began right at the entrance to pit road.
In front of the accident here.
Watch Peyton Sellers, that 47 car right there. He goes to the outside, gets a little bit loose. It looks like the tires are up, doesn't it, Kenny?
The right sides were up and left. I believe he just got loose.
Got a little bit loose there, and we're watching this. Meanwhile, right after this happened, he does a nice job letting that car, not letting that car go all the way up to the outside wall. Here's another view of Peyton's car. He had a little car. He had Steve Arp in the 20 car right behind him. You see a lot of guys did a nice job moving to the outside of that car to avoid Peyton. And then you can see the smoke left of your screen. The caution flag was probably out, and somebody more than likely probably checked up. No, there was a contact right there.
The 11 into the back of the 1.
Brian Silas in the 11 and the 1 of Tom Hessert made contact, and that's what started this situation. That happened so early off of turn 4, they may not even have had time to see the caution flag, Kenny.
Did the 11 get into the 1 there at higher
angle?
Contact is already made there. The car spinning. There's the 09. Yeah, there's significant contact with the 48 of J.R. Fitzpatrick and the 1 of Tom Hessert.
Situation where Tom Hessert hadn't really locked the car down or stopped it from moving, and the 48 just didn't have anywhere to go.
We saw that Zaxby's Ford, the 09 of John West Townley. He's involved in this incident. He actually cut a left rear tire down in practice. Here's another look. You see, it looks like the 1 and the 11 certainly made contact. I don't know if the 1 came down a little bit, or or exactly what happened. Here's Tom Hessert. He's gonna get nailed here by the 48 of Jarrett Fitzpatrick. You see all that smoke right there. It's very, very difficult for the drivers to see as they come off turn number 4.
Well, and the sun's probably playing a little bit of heck with them right there too. If they come off, sun in the eyes.
Look at the damage to the right. Welcome back. It might be the kiss of death for us to go to caution break, or to break, because a caution comes out. A big one once again at Daytona in the ARCA Remax Series. That's Michael. See Ken Weaver with some damage. Let's take another look.
That's Eddie Mercer, the 51. He may make contact. Looks like they almost got tied up. It looked like he didn't make contact initially, and it maybe got Alley out of the throttle a little bit, Kenny.
Yeah, it was real close. I mean, whether he did or not, but they just kept wrecking. You can see the sun there too isn't helping them at all.
Yeah.
You see Bill Baird sliding, but there was no contact for Bill Baird until later on here.
And then the 99 made contact with the 44 Frank Kimmel. Alley spins back up into the racetrack. Steve Arpin runs into her.
Now one of the cars trying to continue,
and Benny Chastain in the 75. He actually bounces off 2 other cars and then hits the 45 as well. So looks like Benny got 3.
So again, quite a few cars involved. Let's ride along.
That's Frank right behind his nephew Will. Frank got hit. You could hear him get hit and turn him around. Looked like Will must have gotten through it without any incident. This is Matt Carter's on board the Stein Seed Ford. You see the spin right from Matt, goes to the bottom of the racetrack, does a nice job running down the apron now. See Frank spinning behind him. Matt almost gets collected by the 45 car of Nur Ali.
13 cars in total involved in this one.
Yeah. Ooh. Yeah, there's the 19 of Allie Owens getting hit by Steve Arpin, and then that may have been the 30 of Terry Jones right behind the 20 of Steve Arpin. Steve slides into the infield wall there. There's another view. There's Bill sliding up the racetrack. Doesn't appear to have that much damage right now, but I think he's going to get collected here. There's Nur Ali, the 45, against the outside wall. There's a 16 going to hit Nur, as well as a 75 of Benny Chastain.
And they're still wrecking behind him.
Watch the 51 of Eddie Mercer now. They
like
were
he had a
very,
bumper
very
on
close. He may have just touched the back of Ollie Owens. Eddie's able to get by, but Allie spins up. Really nothing she could do at this point. Slides across the racetrack. You can see the glare from the sun, as you've mentioned a couple times. Matt Carter decided to stay behind Matt. Obviously, Matt against the double yellow line, so Patrick really couldn't go down there, although people are sneaking down there a little bit.
Wow.
Cars are moving around quite a bit.
Things are heating up already.
Whoa.
Another problem in turns 3 and 4. The 51. Oh, that's Mercer. Eddie Mercer involved in it. The 29.
Matt Carter, Mikey Kyle also involved.
Ryan Fisher in that 50. Oh no! And then the 28 runs right into the back of them. Chris Cockrum.
99 John Ferrier also involved. You see the 8 Brian Scott, Allie.
Gabby DiCarlo
in the 90. Yeah, in the Great Clips car.
You know, we're getting down.
We can take a look back at what happened here. See, there's Mario Goslin. Mikey Kyle kind of chases up the hill and runs into Mario Goslin. That's what starts as Matt Carter with nowhere to go, as well as Eddie Mercer. Patrick Shelter does a nice job getting through that.
Steve Blackburn, or excuse me, Parker
Kligerman
was involved in that in the 77.
He didn't get. Yeah, you see the damage on the left front. That's the black car back on the grass down there. Here's another view. Going to see Mario Goslin. He's going to run and going to move up the hill. Then Mikey Kyle kind of, the air just, I think, takes him up the hill and he makes contact with him, Kenny.
Yeah, but it winds up the same thing. You just plain old run into him. You know, you can give it a bunch of reasons why, but you kind of got to be responsible for the front of your car.
I think the 6 of Lofton actually got into that as well. He brushed somebody that was coming back down the racetrack, it looked like, too, so maybe some damage on his car.
Bobby Garrett able to get by on the outside, and then we saw Chris Cockrum, the 28, come in late and make contact. There's another view. There's the contact between Mikey Kyle, the 29, Mario Goslin, the 11. Matt Carter gets caught by Mario Goslin, goes up the hill towards the outside wall. Eddie Mercer comes along with nowhere to go. There's the 6 of Justin Lofton. He makes a little bit of contact with the 29 of Mikey Kyle. There's Will Kimmel, the 68. He makes some contact as well.
Tough day for the Kimmels. We saw Frank Kimmel early on out of this. You see Chris Cockrum staying right on the back bumper of Bobby Gerhart. It looks like Gerhart's trying to slow down, but he's got Cockrum right behind him. And as Gerhart goes high, Cockrum goes low and right into two cars parked on the racetrack.
Yeah, well, Chris Cockrum would have done well to have heated the Bobby Gerhart's trying to slow down there.
Yeah.
There's another view. Matt Carter makes hard contact with the outside wall.
And there's that smoke in the sun. The difficult views that these guys have.
81, Craig Gose coming in on the inside. There's Ryan Fisher's on board. You see Gabby DiCarlo. Gabby's going to get caught up in this as well. There's the contact between Ryan Fisher and Gabby DiCarlo. Another shot to Ryan Fisher's car, the baby mum car. Ooh, and yet another one.
I think I'll grab the steering wheel back again.
That's when you don't take your helmet off and you don't get your seatbelt unstrapped.
Watch Patrick Schittler. He's going to get through this. Now watch this.
Oh, how close.
He gassed it back up to shoot that gap. He did really good. He got off where he needed to and then gassed it back up. But you can see where that sun is factoring in there.
Not much of a view at all for any of these guys.
Really. There went our camera.
Yeah, Eddie Mercer took care of that camera in the back of Matt Carter's Stein C car. There's Matt's roof camera.
And again, Matt Carter hit that wall hard.
Sure did.
Just goes to show you what one big mistake really will do at a race like this.
And reach over bottom of your screen just a moment ago. That put Joey a lap down, and there's this most recent caution flag when there's contact with Mario Goslin and Mikey Kyle, and that tears up a bunch of good race cars.
So this is our third caution of the day. Came out on lap 40. Jim Trado, rescue organization. Your time is very valuable, so thank you for joining us up here.
Hey, thank you guys for having me up here. This has been great, and I think we got another wreck right here.
Oh, another one.
Never mind, I'm not leaving yet, right?
Oh, into the wall he goes. That's the 39 of Michael Phelps. We saw some damage to his car earlier, and now more. That will, it looks like, end the day for Michael Phelps.
Yeah, Michael was actually the first car run.
Take another look at this.
So that's Joey Logano on the inside in that 25 car. He just gets a little bit loose as Joey Logano goes by. John Westalley, the 09 was behind him. And he's going to slide, make the long slide. And it's so great that years ago they paved that whole area. A long time, Kenny, we were coming here and that was all grass. And
you're upside
all bets
down.
were off then.
Yeah, yeah. Now they did that a number of years ago and just plain old got loose.
How tough would this be? Look how fast he's going straight backwards.
Yeah. He did a nice job of staying in the throttle to get that car down off the banking out of harm's way. And now he goes for the slide for life there. And you see the front tires locked up, so it looks like he had the front wheels locked up, and unfortunately still makes hard contact with the inside wall.
Yeah, that's not a good place to wreck either. You know, you're coming out of the corner there, you're trying to get straightened back up, and sometimes this place just feeds you for a loop and off you go. You know,
we didn't have safer barriers there until just a couple years ago too. So that.
Welcome back. We're under caution for the 5th time today, and this time it is Bobby Gerhart, 5-time winner of this race. Doesn't look like he's going to be making it 6. Again, just before we went to commercial break, we apologize. We had some audio issues. We believe.
We saw Bobby slowing down there, not able to keep up with that pack, and look, his right front tire goes. You can see the debris fly and the rubber. Bobby makes pretty hard contact with the outside safer barrier. And then as he coasted down to the inside of the racetrack, somebody came by on the inside of him extremely fast.
Really close. Now remember, Bobby Gerhart had a fracture in his neck from Pocono
last year.
Yeah.
And so limited time in the race car. It was 2 years ago.
Yeah, year before last.
Yeah.
Right here is that car going by, Phil.
Bobby's coming by, just barely avoids Bobby, and that was
very close.
Looked like maybe the 23 is what that looked like. That might have been. Look at the momentum Joey Logano got with that run on the outside. He laid off him to get a little bit of momentum, and boy, he got it, didn't he, Kenny?
Yes, he did.
Oh, trouble! Justin Lupton into the back of the 60. Patrick Shelton spins. Into the wall he goes. And now Kimmel spins around. Oh, a big hit on Justin, or on the 60 of Patrick Shelton. Our Our 6th caution of the day comes out, and what a big hit that was from the 23 of Larry Hollenbeck.
Yeah, Larry was running up in the 8th spot when they came by here last time, and boy, did he make hard contact with Peck.
Can't go below it to make the pass or improve your position, and you can't pass to the left on the restart. Green and white in the air. 1 lap of racing to go for the ARCA RE/MAX Series opener.
He's already got too much of a gap right now. Joey Logano, I think, with a little help from Justin Lofton, will have some momentum when they get off turn number 2.
Going through 1 and 2 now. Justin Lofton behind the 25 of Joey Logano. Way out in front now. It's James Busher. He's got a 3-car lead as they go down the backstretch.
This should get some momentum here. They're all tucked up behind each other now.
They're not gaining as quick as I would have thought they would have. But
John
here they
West
come.
Townley on the outside, and that's 09. Here comes the 25 of Joey Logano. Up the racetrack goes the 32 of James Busher. He's making that car as wide as he possibly can as they work their way through 4 and out into the tri-oval.
James Busher is going to be able to do it, Rick.
James Busher trying to hold on. Will he do it? He'll win at Daytona. James Busher wins in 2009.
I'm seriously considering dropping to the back early on in this race to find out what we've got. He said, I know, I've watched these races, I know how many times there's a big one. He said, I want to finish this race, and now he's in it. He's spinning out on the racetrack.
Brian Scott right in the middle of a 3-wide situation. He gets it pointed the right direction. The caution comes out, and you see that 40. That's Mike Bliss, a new sponsor coming on board just for this race.
Those guys just weren't organized going through that first and second turn. They all were wandering around, darting and dicing, and wound up making contact.
Damage there, Gary. The middle, and there was just no more real estate left.
There he is right here. You see TJ is trying to go around the outside of Shane Sieg, has to back off, and then Brett Raymer, this 85 truck, actually moved up a little bit, and then really Brian had nowhere to go because TJ Bell was coming down.
And look, Brian spins out right in the middle of the pack and just drives off. The guy that really got the most damage in that crash was Bliss.
There's another view right here. Watch the 11 go to the outside.
And watch the 85. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. 85 hits a bump, moves up. Scott has to move up. Boom.
And TJ was coming down at the same time.
Now the field has been picked up by the pace truck, and this is going to be our first sight of what's going to take place with the pit stops, the new rule change. We're going to take another look here at why Brian Scott's turned around.
Great job by TJ Bell. He got hit in the left rear quarter panel hard, but he was able to maintain control of his truck.
Yeah, that 32 truck of Chase.
The 7 of J.R. Fitzpatrick, he decided to pit.
No, he didn't. He did. You're right. Good call, Rick. But watch why he decided to pit.
Had a little help.
Maybe he decided to pit, but he was hurried up in the process.
He got pointed in that direction.
6 trucks in a pack. The speeds pick up.
And by the way, that's over 189-mile-an-hour average. Watch out, Johnny Benson.
Wow, very close again. Johnny Benson right in the middle. He's got Kyle Busch on his inside. He's got Johnny Sauter on his outside, and they continue 3-1.
Oh, we got a crash in the tri-oval. James Busher got turned. Big crash.
Oh, and now coming up behind him, we've got quite a few more trucks that are moving into the smoke and can't see where they're going.
Johnny
Benson, one of those trucks.
Ricky Carmichael got hit. That was just a situation where Busher had gotten touched in the left rear quarter panel. I was watching this develop.
Yeah, that's Johnny Benson saying, sorry, fellas, we're done.
James Busher was running second when they crossed the start-finish line to Ron Hornaday.
And I think he and hold to Busher. Todd Bodine, I think.
Yeah, James is on the outside of the 33 of Hornaday. And looks like Todd drifts up the hill, gets into him a little bit, turns him sideways.
James was perfect. He was up beside Hornaday racing for the lead, and Todd just, and you know, we talked about how difficult it is to race a truck through the tri-oval. Todd couldn't get his truck turned, and he got into the left rear of Busher.
They call it a straightaway, but it's really not. It's an 18-degree banked turn.
There goes Johnny.
Johnny was trying to make his way back to the pits, and then obviously had an oil line or something ruptured, and that caught fire for a moment. He just turned her down on the grass. Here's another view here. There's a contact right there. Watch this now.
What if you're James Busher, 18 years old, racing for the lead at Daytona, and get taken out by a veteran? That's got to make you scratch your head. He's the one that's supposed to make the mistake. But that just goes to show again how difficult it is to get through this trial.
30s with you on your bumper. 30s with you.
we're talking about 3 feet. Todd drifted up about 3 feet, and that's when he made the contact with James Busher. James was trying to side draft off of Ron Hornaday.
4 on your bumper. Be smart here.
Oh, man, Ricky Carmichael.
Behind you here, big time.
Just barely.
And Todd just drives away.
Take a look at Johnny's on board.
Kyle Busch on the inside, the Miccosukee Toyota.
Middle. Spin in front of you. Easy back. Go, go, go. Keep going.
Ooh, didn't quite make it. Took the back end off of Ricky Carmichael's truck.
You see that truck of Kyle Busch? He just worked his way right through that baby. Not a scratch on it. Down on the inside.
You heard Johnny Benson's spotter say, big wreck in front of you, ease it up, and then go, 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 yeah. Knowing that he had guys behind him that were probably going to run into him.
Yeah, tried to get by that incident, just unfortunately made contact with Ricky Carmichael.
The different trucks that were involved, you see the list right. All ended toward the front of the field. He gets sideways, turned around, and the melee happens behind him.
Intent just to ride single file. There's been 2 or 3 of them that have tried to move up top and get a group together. They go, oh, wow.
A big hit there for the 85. That was Brent Raymer sliding into the wall.
Throttle's hung wide open too. He's going to hit it again.
Right back in front of the few trucks. Like you mentioned, that throttle being hung took him right back into the wall.
And that's no safer barrier there. That's concrete.
Yeah, Brent was doing a great job running up in the lead draft.
What happened? It just get loose.
Right there. That's Brent Raymer. Keep an eye on him at the very back of that pack. Keep going. Watch that truck come off the corner. This is the previous lap. See, it gets sideways, Mikey.
Oh,
he does a nice job saving it.
And it looks like the crash is just a replay of that.
Yeah,
only a little bit worse.
Now let's see what happens now. Look, he's going to be right of your screen. Ooh, hard contact, and there wasn't another truck anywhere near him. It looks like something may have broken on his truck or something to sit in the wall like that. Or maybe did he get loose and maybe overcorrected?
Yeah, it looked like if what happened the lap before happened again, he might not have been as fortunate with his save. Now watch this thing pound the wall one more time.
Again, as you mentioned, no safer barriers, but the good news is,
watch this now, Mikey. Watch this. You see, he got loose right on the bottom and then overcorrected, shot right across the racetrack into the outside wall.
I mentioned good news. Brent Raymer is climbing out of that truck.
See him right there going straight back into the outside wall. Already stunned from that first impact. Pulls up beside of Colin Brown. He's going to bring Skinner Hornaday with him.
That outside line is moving now. Todd Bodine in front of him. Now let's see what Kyle Busch does.
I think Kyle Busch said, I think this is a place.
Oh, problems behind him though. The 23, the 24. David Starr involved. The 23 of Jason White.
The 14 of Rick Crawford also involved.
That truck's hit hard right in the nose.
Or it sure has.
Caution of the night. There's the 24 of David Starr.
See Rick Crawford on the inside. David Starr goes around the outside. The 24 truck. Ooh, Jason White gets sideways, runs into the 14 of Rick Crawford, puts him in the outside wall. David Starr had nowhere to go.
You know, it looked like he just got loose. Jason White just started to turn just a bit.
It may have been a tire or something go down. We're hearing reports that there was a noise that they heard on the backstretch. Watch Jason now, right up your screen. See the smoke already before. I think the right rear tire went, Michael.
I think he blew out a tire. What a great run for Jason White, too. He'd been in that lead pack, qualified up in the A spot. He had his gunbroker.com truck in the lead pack all night long. You know, a great run and just unfortunate.
Take another listen.
Tough hit there for Jason White.
Tough break for Jason White.
Such a good run going as we were talking about.
With just a lap to go, looking to make it 4 straight wins at the super speedways.
And
where's Kyle going to try to make his move, Michael?
He'll probably do it down in turn 3. He's got just what he wanted. He wanted to be running second when he took the white, and he's positioned right on Tom Bodine's bumper. He's going to count on Terry Cook to go with him when he makes the move to the outside of Tom Bodine on the back straightaway.
Will Terry make it 3 wide, though, and go for the win himself? Here comes somebody on the outside again.
J.R. Fitzpatrick out there in the 7. Looks like he's going to try to fall back in line, though, just in front of Taylor Molson.
Hornaday's peeking to the outside. He tucks back in.
Who's going to make the move? Right now, the 51 of Kyle Busch all over the back bumper. He moves to the outside. Looks like he gets loose. Drops back just a bit. Now as they work their way, coming out of turn number 4. A huge lead for Todd Bodine.
It isn't enough.
Catch him.
It isn't enough, is it?
Todd Bodine is going to be able to hold up the pack. He'll win again at Daytona.
Woo!
Wow, what a job by Todd Bodine. We said,
Tony Stewart, who had been our leader, what do you call those moments when the car just suddenly moves? And here's a 26 car sliding sideways, Brian Keselowski, Brad's older brother. And that will bring out caution for the second time.
Come on to your pit stall. We got turn.
Spotter says they got turned. They don't have to worry about too many men over the wall. There's only 3.
Now watch the right side of your screen. Let's see if we see the contact here.
Oh, yeah. You can see just a little bit of contact.
That may be the 42 car.
Just enough to get him sideways, and he gathered it back in. Locks the brakes down and just comes to a halt. So it doesn't hit anything, just loses some tires and some time on the racetrack.
05.
A hard crash at Daytona involving 3 cars. Heavy damage. There's the 11 of rookie Scott Lagasse Jr. There's another rookie, Justin Allgaier, on the Penske Dodge. And also involved the driver who was having a great run in his 3rd year at 66 of Stephen Wallace.
You can see heavy damage there on Jason Keller's car, or on.
See what happened here.
We saw him racing pretty tight back in this pack.
Jason Leffler. Oh,
yeah, Jason
got in the left rear of Stephen.
Nothing Stephen Wallace could do in that situation. He tries to hang on to it right here, but it goes up across the racetrack and collects these 2 cars right here. And you see that heavy lick.
Carl Edwards just snuck by.
Nowhere for Lagasse or Allgaier to go.
He's coming inside now, inside.
Riding along here with Stephen Wallace.
Easy.
See, once you commit to that high line and the car comes up in front of you, there's just nothing you can do at that point. Look at Carl Edwards just barely sneak by.
And they will all
when you're up front like that.
It becomes work right now because you want to go, and your spotter's helping somewhat, but you have to look in the mirror and you have to anticipate who's going to be the next one to get there. That you're going to have to really. It's not as much about blocking.
Caution's out.
See the 42 car in the wall here.
That is Kenny Hendrick.
They got another car spinning over there just a little bit. Looked like it was Eric McClure.
There is a 24 car. You just called Andy. He's also down on the inside of the racetrack. He's had some contact.
I'm sure all these guys will stay. The leaders will stay out here because they just pitted.
Oh, that's a tire.
Definitely cut a tire or something there.
There weren't enough laps on those tires, so he probably had to run over something, or maybe he got against someone else before that.
Yeah, heavy damage on that car.
I'd say it's killed. I mean, it hit hard. It went straight.
His hands full trying to hold these guys off, but you see Junior get real loose off the corner.
Update Dale Earnhardt Jr. Jamie.
Oh, Mike Bliss.
He started 24th. Remember, he had to be patient. We have caution on the track, guys. The 1 is around.
Bliss gets contact, almost gets by.
Yeah, he got clipped in the left rear by David Reagan. I was kind of watching as they were coming through the trial. Well, I wasn't sure that Bliss knew he was there and was going to give him any room. And then it looked like that Mike was going to get out of all of that, but he got clipped.
Michael Waltrip was.
We see Bliss trying to make a little bit of room there. David Reagan is already there.
They don't want you to go below that double yellow line unless to avoid contact, and there was the contact as Reagan was right against the line.
Yeah, Reagan was doing basically all he could do. You see Michael Walter just about snuck through there, but got some heavy damage off of Mike Bliss. See right here, the 6 car of David Reagan, he's right on that line, if not below it. It's just not enough room. It just kind of funnels down in that tri-oval. You have to try to, you know, you really kind of run out of room right there.
Yeah, that's a racing incident there. You know.
Let's listen in to the radio from the 1, Mike Bliss.
2 wide. Watch that inside car. Watch that inside car. Watch it. Watch it. Come on, keep digging. You'll get it.
Kevin Harvick on board. You'll see what he saw when it all broke loose right in front of him.
Spin in front of you. Go high. Stay in it. All right, watch it. Back out.
Mike Bliss just wasn't clear enough there to pull down. Yeah, these guys are going right at 190 miles an hour through that part of the racetrack, and he just narrows up.
Boy, Michael almost got through there. He almost got below it.
Yeah, the almost part's the one that got him, though.
He's going to the front, Doc.
It is a wild scramble up front, and the 88 car now slowing down.
Stay high, caution's out. Stay high, slow down, Brad. Slow down there. I'll get you low here. Stay high. Stay high, real high.
Laps to go. See right here.
We should have probably about 7 or 8. This is the first time off here.
He's just doing all he can to try to get up there. You can see the lead. He's trying to nurse it along right here, and you see him getting down in the corner. He knows he's got a little bit of a problem, and that right front finally just lets go.
Man, he had such a great race all day long. It's unfortunate for a guy that we know is going to be one of the championship contenders in the Nationwide Series.
Yeah, you hear the tires going down.
Kevin just flew. Stay high, caution's out. Stay high, slow down, Brad. Slow down there. I'll get you low here. Stay high. Stay high, real high. Stay high there, so way down. I'll get you low.
So, here they go, coming to the white flag.
Tony Stewart has won 3 of the last 4 in Daytona. Can he hold off his former teammate, Kyle Busch? Carl Edwards is hungry behind him, and Clint Bowyer, the champ, in 4th spot.
Tony's smart enough. He knows he can't get too far away from those guys, so they'll get a big run on him, and then he won't be able to hold them off.
Right here, it's going to happen. If it's going to happen right here, it'll do it on the straightaway. You see the guys just lining up behind him.
He's obviously guarding the inside. If they're going to pass him, it's going to have to be to the high side. You can see Carl Edwards is just not right there. He's going to loosen him up. Getting in the corner right here. He's going to loosen his butt up.
Kyle Busch
got him loose.
Gives him the shove and comes on the inside. Tony is digging back on the outside.
Oh, wow.
What a job, Tony Stewart there to hold the lead.
Here comes Carl Edwards to the outside of Kyle Busch. He's going to be in second. He's got to run.
Tony Stewart will come down and win it. Wow. Stewart.
You're going to go forward, you're going to go back, which is the way the draft works.
Yeah, with that comer and goer thing, you know, we talked about in the pre-race show. Got a smoker down on the apron coming up on the track.
Almirola. Eric Almirola spins and gets out of harm's way, it looks like. One of the Earnhardt Ganassi cars. And we're under caution for the first time today.
No fuel. I want to change tires right now.
Oh, boy. He tried to stay off Jamie McMurray. Reagan got in him.
Reagan's done that a couple of times this week.
When that happens right in front of about 1/3 of the field, you're mighty lucky when that's all you end up having to do is change tires.
Uh-oh, look out. Behind him, though, after yesterday in the Nationwide race, Kyle pushed Tony all the way through 3 and 4 trying to get around him. Couldn't quite do it.
The Daytona 500.
Yes, I am.
It's a spotter, Bob Jeffries.
To the front, left 5.
Travis Kvapil has hit the wall in his Yates Racing Ford.
That's got tar written all over it.
Got the right front locked up. Right front is locked up. Damage on the right front fender, guys.
Caution's out for the 3rd time today. the Janesville, Wisconsin driver.
Moments ago.
Travis
High side.
on the high side right there. He comes in, and all of a sudden you'll see the car, just a little bit of a puff of smoke, and you see the car almost drop down a little bit on the right front, right there, and all of a sudden up into the outside safer barrier he goes. Another angle, different place here. You see again, hard lick on that outside safer barrier. But again, you know, that's the beautiful thing about having that safer barrier there. It could have been a lot worse if it hadn't been for those safer barriers.
Amazing he could even drive it after that to at least get it.
Trouble front straightaway. Joey Logano pounds the safer barrier at the inside of the entrance to pit road. And it's a hard hit for the 18-year-old from Middletown, Connecticut. He had been doing so well from the back. He'd climbed up to 27th position as of a lap ago.
It's safer barrier on the inside there coming into the tri-oval.
See what happens here. I got a feeling that
he tried to stay off of Scott Speed in the 82, and then he drove down in front of Greg Biffle. But look at that, a hard lick there.
I love it that they finally put the safer barrier there. That used to be a dirt bank several years ago, and boy, it was worse than hitting a wall.
You would know. You hit that thing a ton. Wasn't it 4th of July race?
Yeah, no, it was in the 500 in 83.
And you know, no one did anything wrong there. Scott Speed got loose. Joey Logano tried to stay off of him. Greg Biffle in the 16 was right there.
This is going to hurt. Let's ride along with Joey Logano.
2 wide.
Just a bump. Just a kiss.
But look how well contained he is in that car.
All right, bud. Yeah, I'm fine.
And he is.
Car coming on pit road here that blew a tire.
Exploded at Stremme.
David Stremme in the 12 car.
That looks like Ryan Newman's car after practice the other day. And caution for debris will hurt Montoya and Jimmy Johnson and Brian Vickers to go, as Larry pointed out. Now there are some cars on the tail end of the lead lap in front of the race leader, who shows as Elliott Sadler with Reed Sorensen, then Kyle Busch, Matt Kenseth, and Carl Edwards. Sorensen driving the famed number 43 that Richard Petty took to victory lane here 7 times.
And all of those cars are cars that had made green flag stops prior to that caution. Boy, Brian Vickers, Dale Earnhardt Jr., that ain't going to work, boys.
Vickers hard. Here we go. Kyle Busch, the dominant car of the day, in the wall.
That was wrong.
And 10 cars sliding, slamming into the infield.
Jimmy Johnson, totally uncalled for. Totally.
I don't care who you are. That was just wrong.
Caution is out. McMurray was a contender. He's all torn up. And the dominant car of the day, that of Kyle Busch, is a victim.
Driver that's a little frustrated.
All right, there's Brian Vickers. There's Dale Earnhardt Jr. in the 88, right up there at the front on the inside. Coming off 2 down the back straightaway. Jr. gets a good run.
Vickers puts a little block on him. And then you be the judge.
Let's reiterate the rule. You are not allowed to advance your position below the yellow line. If you are forced below the yellow line, you must come back up and blend in.
Vickers puts the block on him, and then Jr. just turns right back into the racetrack, right in the left rear, Brian Vickers.
Saw a similar situation like that yesterday in the nationwide race.
And the results are a good 8 to 10 race cars torn up.
Now Vickers makes a legal move coming down to block Dale Jr. But instead of blending in, Jr. caught the back end of Vickers' Toyota. And of all the cars in that crash, you have to feel for Kyle Busch. He had led 88 laps, far more than anyone else today, but his number 18 is junk.
Just all of this uncalled for, mainly with 75 laps to go in this race.
Let's ride with Junior.
Push you. On the bottom, 3 wide. 2 outside. 2 outside there. Go low. Go low. Go low. There you go. Good job.
Jimmy Johnson's view.
Outside, no help. Out, in and out, in and out, in and out.
Guys, be ready with our splitter hardware.
With Denny Hamlin.
There's a big pile up back there, Mike.
And finally, here's what Digger saw.
Both of the Gibbs cars were involved, Denny Hamlin as well. And I guess, Darrell, what I would say, putting a block.
And he clipped him and turned him in the fence.
Thursday night or Fridays. He is the driver. He is a driver while he's at the track 3 days a week. He doesn't have to be in
Crash out of turn 2. Paul Menard hits the wall hard, and that wreck actually started about 10 cars in front of Menard. A black and yellow car, may have been Jeff Burton, got into the wall in 2, and everybody backed up from there. Let's start this. There's Menard.
There's Menard, but it's, I think the car that got in trouble is Burton right here. I think he goes up and almost, yeah, see, he gets into the 78. They make contact. You see parts flying off of the back of Burton's car there. The 31, and
Menard's a victim.
Just tried to get by and didn't quite make it.
But you're right, Mike. It all started way back in the middle of turn 1 and 2.
Yeah, Burton just started up the hill, and 78 Regan Smith's there. They make contact. 77-00, but here comes Menard.
Regan Smith came down on Menard just a little bit, trying to dodge Jeff Burton in the 31.
And actually turned Menard to the right. These guys should not, crew chief should not mention that rain might be on the way.
It's a good point.
Yeah. The free binder up, and it's supposed to hit midnight about the end of the race.
Now, if Matt Kenseth can bring them all the way back around and lead a lap. Oh, here we go.
There he goes.
Almirola goes off the nose of Casey Kane.
Hang on to her, brother.
Get break. Break there.
Man, it gets crowded back there. Goodness.
Caution's out.
Darrell, I think you were right.
There, Doug.
I think somebody's glass slipper broke. Little damage to the right. Sorensen, 43, and Matt Kenseth, the second and third place cars.
Kenseth changes his mind. He was going to go inside, starts back outside, hits the left front of Reed's car in the 43 there, Reed Sorensen, and shot him up the hill.
But from the DirecTV blimp, now here is Almirola side by side with the number 2 of Kurt Busch.
He runs up on the back of.
Yeah, what a stack up.
Yeah,
right
I mean,
there.
it's just, they're just all wadded up right there. He gets hit from behind by
Sam Hornish.
Sam Hornish shoots him to the left about the time that the 43 cars come along.
Or the Casey Kane,
the 9 cars come along.
Close quarters. Almirola's way on the outside. There he gets a boot from Hornish.
Yeah.
And across he comes. That was very lucky not to be another 10-car pileup.
Now, Jimmy Johnson, the 48 car, did get the free pass. He's back on the lead lap.
The 8th caution flag of the night. Now, will anybody pit? We'll let you know in a minute.
Okay, Jack Roush, there is your Daytona 500 winner in the 51st running of the Great American Race, the 2009 champ, Matt Kenseth, in a backup car, slipping through for the